Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your high school sports leader, Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, from Oregon Episcopal School, we have boys lacrosse for you as the Aardvarks of Oregon Episcopal School face the Sherwood Bowmen. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Steve Roberts. Steve, of course, has done a number of lacrosse games with me so far. Good to have you back, Steve.
Thanks,
and
Dave.
Also kind of a treat tonight in the box, we have with us, well, let's see, Kris Van Hatcher. I got it. Okay, Kris Van Hatcher, who was the longtime coach here for the boys lacrosse team and was also the athletic director for a number of years. Kris, thanks for joining us tonight. We're looking forward to your expert interpretation of the rules and the play, and you're familiar with quite a few of these kids out here on the field. Tell us a little bit about OES's season.
OES is ranked 5th in the state and has a 6-1 season, and they're a very young team, but they're coming on strong and developing, and I think looking forward to tonight's match. It's going to be very exciting. Now,
Sherwood, of course, is 10-1. Their only loss, though, is to a team that OES beat.
That's true. However, OES played them very early in the season. I think they're very comparable in some of the teams that they've played against each other, the two teams.
All right, the teams are meeting out at the center right now. We'll get started here early. We're looking for an exciting matchup tonight, boys lacrosse. And thanks for joining us here on Oregon Sports Beat. I want to remind you, tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock, we will be at Lake Ridge High School for a baseball game, and that will be Lake Ridge and Central Catholic. Is that right, Ryan? Tualatin. Lake Ridge and Tualatin, all right. So join us for that tomorrow night. All right, both teams head out. The goalkeeper for Sherwood will be Miguel Ramirez, number 29, and the goalkeeper for OES will be number 1, Jack Schlendorf.
Interesting about Jack, he is already committed to University of Michigan to play goalie there at a D1 program.
I'd like to say congratulations, but I'm from Ohio, and I can't say anything good about Michigan. All right, we just had the face-off. Sherwood with the ball in front. There's a shot blocked. And back comes OES. We're just underway. 4 12-minute quarters here. Sherwood in the white with blue lettering. I'm sorry, OES in the white with blue lettering. Sherwood in their traditional red and black. Behind the net, OES. Send it out on top. Now on the right wing. Back behind the net. Much like hockey, lacrosse players like to work from behind the net. Out in front. There's a shot high.
OES is showing a lot of patience on offense.
Between these two teams, I would think that Sherwood would be known more for the high-octane offense.
I would agree with you. I think they want to get up and down the field.
We got a penalty.
So hold no possession, going to be OES ball.
And OES content to work the ball around the outside, looking for an opening in the middle. OES back out on top. There's a shot that goes past the end line. OES around the corner, sends it out again on the left wing. So far, 2 shots on goal for the Aardvarks, 1 for the Bowmen. No score. We're just underway, first quarter.
So OES has done a nice job of penetrating there, but they just didn't have a good angle on the shot.
We're at OES. It's the boys lacrosse, OES and Sherwood. OES 6-1, Sherwood 10-1. Both teams ranked.
Found it that time.
Nice. That was a great assist. And,
Okay.
Looking cross crease for the goal. Assist was Slusher.
I think the goal was number 2. Do we have an official ruling on that? Is that who it is?
OES showed a great deal of patience in their first set and waited until they got a really good shot. Look cross crease for a nice goal.
Harris on the goal. First goal of the game, that coming at 9:16 of the first quarter. OES back on the attack over the midfield line.
It's a good face-off by Tim Malik for OES.
Number 4, Tim Malik on those faceoffs. Controlled by Malik and into OES. Shot in the front. Blocked. Ball loose. And now Sherwood with the ball as they come forward. Over the midfield line. And into the attack area. Back behind the net. Player to watch for Sherwood is number 4, and there he is up front, and that is Cameron Allender. Another player to watch for Sherwood, that would be number 26, Jordan Craig. Those are the top scorers. Craig a midfielder, Allender up front. Inside spin, and the ball.
Good backup by Sherwood there.
Ball back out on top, Sherwood. Oh, a big collision right in front of the net. No call. There's the call. Referee throws a flag. The goal was after the collision, and the penalty is going to be on Sherwood.
I think there was probably a comment made out there.
I would agree with you. I think
I
that's a comment made.
I saw one of the players yelling at the ref, and he didn't throw that flag till well after the collision. So I think that's what the penalty is likely to be. All right, that was a goal.
Now, there's a question on the shot whether it was in the goal or outside of the goal.
If it's a goal, it was by number 5, Alex Slusher, coming at 7:13. We're waiting for a ruling on that.
No goal.
No goal.
That's the right call. It was on the outside. Nice question mark move by Slusher on that, coming upfield and then making a question mark move for a shot.
All right, no goal. Slusher's goal is not good. So we stay at 1-0. 7:13 left to go in the first quarter. Shots on goal, 5 for OES, 3 for the Sherwood Bowmen.
Now, Sherwood is going to be a man down.
I heard somebody in the sideline, they were talking about who's in the penalty box, and one of the guys said the guy who got creamed. There was that big collision, and the guy got knocked down. I thought there would be a penalty on that play, but there wasn't. And then the guy got up, and I think he is the one who yelled at the ref. All right, man advantage for OES. They have the ball. Look for a cutter down the middle. They get it off to the side of the net.
There he is there.
A shot just over the top of the net. OES back with the ball. They've controlled the pace of this game most of the first quarter here.
It's all even again, so penalty's over with.
For those of you just joining us, if you're not familiar with the rules of lacrosse, Kris, so many players have to stay forward, so many players have to stay back.
That's right. You have to have 3 defensemen plus the goalie on the defensive end, and you've got to have 3 attackmen on the offensive end, and the middies can go both ways.
All right, Sherwood brings the ball up.
Good clear by Sherwood.
Number 27 out there at the top for Sherwood. That's Cade Aquino, and he's the one who kind of sets the offense up and runs the offense. You can see him move in towards the middle there. Turns back outside. Jordan Craig out there too, number 26.
Nice save by the goalie for OES. Really good shot by number 11 for Sherwood.
That was Owen Grubb with a shot. The save by Jack Schlendorf. Schlendorf gets the ball upfield. OES with the ball. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
OES is showing a lot of patience on offense, working the ball.
They've controlled the ball most of this first period, yet they're only heading shots 6-4, and there's a shot and a goal.
That's
the goal there, that coming at 4:38, makes our score 2-0 OES over Sherwood.
the Morissette brothers connect to each other. One gets the assist, one gets the goal. Jack Morissette getting the goal.
Jack Morissette, number 9, Henry, number 10, brother to brother, and a goal.
It's a very nice shot, very nice grow. But also on the far side, the weak side, you had a player coming into the seam right there who also would have had a good shot on the pass.
Another face-off for Tim Malik.
Malik wins that face-off, and there's a shot.
Tim Malik scores.
And Malik scores, wins the face-off, and then scores. And early on, this game is now 3-0. That goal coming within 7 seconds. The other goal was at 4:38. This is at 4:31.
Right now, Sherwood needs to find somebody that can challenge on the face-offs. Right now, Tim Malik is dominating the face-offs.
He's won at least the last 3 that I've seen. And that's going to go to Malik also. Here he comes forward. Scored the last time.
Trouble.
And no penalty there. OES with the ball.
OES is trying to get their defensive players and their face-off players off and putting offensive players on. So they're holding on to the ball till they're set on offense.
With the ball, 10. That's Jack Morissette, who scored the second goal. There's a shot, and there's a goal.
Nice goal by Alex Lesher.
Within the stretch of a minute, we've had 3 OES goals.
Some very nice individual play there to make that turn and to find the goalie by surprise both times, right over his shoulder.
Timeout on the field by Sherwood.
In the stretch there of a minute and 10 seconds, OES has 3 goals, one by Jack Morissette, one by Tim Malig, and one by Alex Slusher. They had a goal early on at 9:16, that one coming by Abe Harris. So 4 players have scored for OES. What's Sherwood talking about there now?
I think Sherwood's probably talking about their sliding on defense. They're a little late to slide. They have not made a commitment to slide somebody off, and I think that they're going to need to do that because most of the goals have either come by an individual, like the last goal, Slusher just taking it, and there was no help on the defense. So, and then the other thing they're going to need to work on is figuring out the face-offs. They're going to need to win some of these face-offs, or it's going to be a tough night.
The goalie for Sherwood, Miguel Ramirez, must feel like he's under attack.
Very different goalie than we saw last time.
Very different. But I think Kris is right. You've got to get some offensive possessions. You're going to have to win some face-offs.
Yeah, if they get their offensive possessions, I imagine that, I've seen them play methodical, looking for an opportunity, but they also have another game where they create opportunities. So we'll see what they do toward the end of this half.
3:28 left to go here in the first half. Each team gets 2 timeouts per half. They haven't posted that on the scoreboard yet, but that timeout is charged to Sherwood. They'll have 1 left. Yeah. Okay, I've seen scoreboards like that. All right, we're going to have another face-off. Let's see if it makes any difference this time to Sherwood. Tim Malig has done such a great job there.
Such a huge part of the game, being able to win the face-offs and having a good face-off.
Underway, and Malig wins that one. Has to go back into Sherwood territory to get it, but wins that and comes forward. He's won 4 straight face-offs in a row. And Malig out on top. That is number 5, Alex Slusher, with the ball. Leaves it out on top. OES is going to set up. And like Kris said before, they have been very patient. Even though they're up 4-0, been very patient with their offense.
Yeah, they're just waiting to get all their offensive players on the field before they start attacking the goal.
This is Henry Morissette with the ball. All right. There's a shot, blocked by the goalie.
Still bouncing around there and picked up. Was that a score or was it in a crease there?
No, we were in the crease.
Okay.
OES was in the crease there, so it'll be Sherwood's ball.
When Kris says we were in the crease, you've got to remember he was the athletic director here. It's hard for him to say anything else. He's going to say we.
They just knocked the Sherwood guy out of bounds and failed clear, and OES has the ball again.
OES in white uniforms with blue lettering, and it's a little hard sometimes to distinguish the number. Number 18 and number 10 look the same from up here, and I can see now number 18. OES with the ball in front. And there's a flag.
Yeah.
And there's a shot over the goal, but there's a flag.
We got a 30-second hold on Sherwood.
Sherwood will be down a man for 30 seconds. Kris, it looks to me that Ramirez isn't getting much help in front of the net.
No, they're really right now. Sherwood seems to be content with not sliding off other players and leaving the one defender to handle whoever he's covering, and OES is taking advantage of that right now.
4-0, OES leads. A minute 20 left to go here in the first quarter. OES with man advantage right here. And there is a shot, and that's going to go out of bounds over the end line.
It's going to be OES ball. Good stick save by the defenseman there, coming across.
OS out on top. There's a shot blocked by the goalie. Shots on goal right now. 14 for OES, 9 for Sherwood. I'm sorry, 4 for Sherwood. Didn't think they had 9. They've got 4. They've been outshot 14-4. Sherwood has a man out front, can't get it to him. And here comes OES back with the ball. Time of possession in this game must be off the charts.
Yeah, that's going to be pushed from behind by OES player. It's going to be Sherwood's ball. No possession, so this be Sherwood's ball on a penalty.
29 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 4-0, OES leads.
Sherwood really needs to take advantage of this possession here.
Bowmen behind the net. And now back out on top. They're going to start a possession over. And there was a shot, hard shot, blocked by the goalie. And there is the horn. That is the end of the first period. At the end of the first period, our score, OES 4, Sherwood nothing. All right, what's Steve? What?
Well, I think Kris
what
made
do
it
different?
Do different here is, they're going to have to figure out that face-off. You can't let a team have that many possessions in a row, and you just don't get as many opportunities there. And when they do get their opportunities, I think we'll see some more cutters coming in on Sherwood's side. We'll probably see them pick up their game. It'll be a little bit more physical. I really think that OES played a much more physical game this first half than Sherwood did. So we'll see how they make the adjustments here. OES has a good game plan. They're being patient. They're finding the good shots. I'm sure they'll continue that. And they had other opportunities, too, where they find a man on the far side of the goal waiting there once the Sherwood players swing their position. So see how the second half goes.
We just don't look at the 4-0 score as just being an offensive quarter. They played a great defense, too, OES did. Mm-hmm. I mean, Sherwood's a high-powered offensive team and got 5 shots on goal compared to 14 for OES.
I think a lot of that has to do, of course, with the OES holding the ball considerably. But when Sherwood has the ball, you watch the two defenses. The defense of OES is very tight, and they're sliding very quickly. And so when somebody starts to beat their man, they've got help coming, where on Sherwood's side right now, they've elected to not be so aggressive on the slides and letting their defensive players try to just take the guy, and right now it's not working for him. So we'll see what happens if they make some adjustments there and start sliding guys a little bit earlier. But it's two contrasting styles of defense right now.
I talked to both coaches before the game. OES coach Dennis Sullivan, Sherwood coach Dave Sanford. We also talked a bit with the assistant coach Gary Fuller of Sherwood. They all said that they were all ready to go tonight. I think everybody said all their players were ready. Maybe one Aardvark player was not playing tonight, but other than that, everybody's ready to go, and both sides were excited about the game.
Yeah. Well, I know the last time we saw Sherwood play, their second half play was much different than their first half play. They picked up the game. They're a much quicker team, and they attacked the goal much more quickly and much more often.
If you remember, in that game, they scored 6 goals in the third quarter alone. Here we are set for the face-off. By the way, we changed sides. And that one won by Sherwood. Taken back away by OES. And there's a flag. There was some pretty rough play going on there.
Still not quite sure who the foul's on, but it looks like, I think it might be on an OES player, number 15. It looks like it's a free clear for OES, so it was a 1-minute penalty on number 15 for Sherwood.
And that would be Zane Sands, one of their outstanding defensemen. Sands has a scholarship lined up next year to Albany, a Division I school in upstate New York. OES around the outside, being very patient again. OES out on top, fires the shot wide left. Sherwood will have the ball.
OES did not back up the shot, and so Sherwood is clearing the ball.
When you say back up the shot, that's keeping somebody back so when the ball goes out of bounds, they're the closest to it and get possession.
Absolutely. Closest to the ball when the ball goes out, that team gets the possession of the ball.
Here comes Sherwood forward. They've not yet scored in this game. They're down 4-0. There's a hard shot blocked by the goalie.
We got a penalty on OES for offsides.
Okay. Offsides on OES.
Came on a little bit late, huh?
Yeah. OES coaches are arguing that he stepped out of bounds and then went over the line, but the referee is calling it that he was still in bounds when he stepped over. You can actually go out of bounds and then go over the line as long as you're out of bounds.
10:59 left to go here in the first half. 4-0, OES leads.
First man up for Sherwood.
See if they'll capitalize on this here.
Yep.
Is that a 30-second?
Yeah, 30-second. But they're still, it's still 5-on-5 because they're still in the penalty box from their guy.
All right, Sherwood forward. That's Jordan Craig and Kate Aquino.
They're just waiting. Now they're all even, Sherwood, so they're a man up.
Stolen away, OES. Collision, dropped the ball and knocked it back. Sherwood, I think, has come down with it. Inside, there's another flag.
Going to get a hold on OES. First penalty's over with, though, so there'll only be one man down for 30 seconds.
So Sherwood will have a one-man advantage for 30 seconds. Sherwood trails in this game 4-0. 10:17 left to go in the half. In front of the net is Allender. He had 4 goals in the game we did 2 weeks ago. Likes to play right there in front of the net.
All even now.
Both sides at
Penalties.
full strength. Sherwood, the team being patient now with the ball. Back behind the net. Sherwood makes a move inside. Send it back. There's the shot by Craig. That's wide. And goes out of bounds. Sherwood has a couple of players back. They'll retain possession. Here comes Allender. A shot picked up by OES. Sherwood, though, gets the ball back. That's Aquino back behind the net.
Nice interception there.
Stolen away. Here comes OES forward. On that
Time.
rush that time, that was John Fitzhenry, number 23.
Timeout OES.
OES takes the timeout. Each team now has taken one timeout and has one left.
I think Coach Sullivan probably wants to take a timeout and get his offense set. He has a young team, so oftentimes he needs to take that timeout and just kind of get them settled down and refocused.
We were talking to one of the coaches last week, and remember he said, I don't want to walk off the field with timeouts
Left on.
in my pocket. I want to use them all.
You can always tell good
Yeah.
coaches because they definitely use their timeouts
Yeah.
wisely.
No, yeah. When I was coaching, I lost a big one. Forgot I had one timeout left. Could have made a difference.
You don't want to take timeouts into the parking lot.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
You definitely see coaches when a deep pole's coming down with the ball and there's a little pressure on them, especially in the second quarter. They'll take that timeout versus taking the risk of the deep hole dropping the ball. Well, we'll see what changes maybe the Sherwood's made on defense, if they're going to slide a little bit earlier to players that have the ball coming around the crease.
Well, the score's 4-0 here with 8:37 left to go in the first half. But 3 of the 4 OES goals came within 70 seconds of each other. It was kind of like a flurry there around the 4-minute mark.
Which is very common in lacrosse. It's a game where teams can score goals very quickly, and then Sherwood could get on a run the same way.
OES. Patient on offense, of course they can be. They have a 4-goal lead. Abe Harris with the ball. He has a goal. In fact, he has the first goal of the game. Ball back behind the net. There's a shot and a goal from out front. Just turned and just shot the ball.
Yeah, kind of took the ball, took it over to his left, and was able to
That was by
get enough on it.
that was by Henry Morissette. Is that right? Yeah. Really nice goal.
5th goal of the game for OES, and that coming at 7:27.
Cut across the middle very well and just ripped one high.
Yeah.
So both Morissette brothers have scored now. Jack in the first period, Henry just now.
Henry's one of the 2 seniors on the team for OES.
Did I hear the coach say he was going to Southern Cal? Was that right?
I'm not sure if he is or not. I would guess so.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's going to go to Southern Cal.
Pushed by Sherwood.
And that'll leave the ball with OES, and they come forward. And that's Tim Malik picked it up, moved it forward. 5-0, our score. This game is by no means over. In fact, it's not even half over yet, but it seems to me a surprise that it's 5-0 OES.
Right now, they're just dictating the game. They're winning the face-offs, and they're taking their time and setting up their offense, finding matchups that they want to exploit. And so right now, they're dictating the pace of the game.
There's a shot just wide left. And here comes Sherwood forward quickly. Bowmen with the ball. Shots on goal right now. 17 for OES, 8 for Sherwood. All right, back behind the net. Bowmen with the ball. Looking for their first score of the game.
Nice feed there, just couldn't bring it in.
It was a really good look, cross crease.
Kate
Didn't quite
Aquino.
connect.
And here comes OES. Slusher with the ball.
Once again, OES being patient, waiting to get all their offensive players on before they start their attacking the goal.
5:30 left to go here in the second quarter. OES around the top again. Okay, OES sends it back. They're going to start the offense over. Back behind the net a little high, and it goes out.
Really good check by number 15, just as the OES player was about ready to throw the ball and forced a bad pass.
Sherwood comes forward over midfield. And there's a goal.
Shot by a defenseman, number 5.
That goal was by Jacob Forsyth.
Now, Kris, does that long stick give any advantage on shooting? Is there more speed that comes off of it or anything like that nature?
It's very hard for goalies to tell where the ball is going to be coming out, especially when he's shooting up high like that. Could come up, he could shoot it high or he could shoot it low, and you can get a lot of power on a shot like that too.
Okay.
First goal of the game for Sherwood, that coming at 4:23 by Jacob Forsyth, a defenseman. Here's the face-off. Malik with the ball comes forward.
Interesting on the face-off, both teams are using long poles on the wings. You don't usually you see one pole on the wings on faceoffs, and both teams right now are using 2 poles.
All right. OES forward. Back behind the net. Oh, stolen away.
We got a push on number 1. No possession. It'll be OES's ball again.
So OES with the ball. A push there. 3:25 left to go here in the first half. Our score 5-1. OES leads.
It's the first time we've really seen Sherwood slide and double the ball, and it almost paid off for him. They just lost it on the push.
Drops the ball behind the net, and
Be another push on Sherwood. No possession. OES gets the ball.
a push on Sherwood. OES will get the ball. 3:02 left to go here in the first half. OES with the ball. In front, pushed off, and there's a shot.
Nice save by the goalie.
Nice save by the goalie.
OES taking a timeout after they picked up the loose ball on failed clear by Sherwood.
All right, we'll be with you at halftime, and we have the benefit of having Kris Van Hatcher with us, former coach here at OES and former athletic director. And we'll spend a little time talking with Kris about the game and about sports here at OES.
That was OES's last timeout of the half.
Oh, okay, that timeout charged to OES, and that's their last timeout. Sherwood still has 1 timeout remaining. 2:14 left to go in the half. 5-1 our score.
We don't really keep track of the time of possession, but OES has had the ball.
I was about to make that comment that it seems like OES has had. Is
Well-
there any statistics showing a possession can usually end up in who's going to win the game? Time of possession.
I think it's it shows because we're winning. OES is
Right.
winning the faceoffs, and so and then on top of that, they're being patient on their offense, and so it really makes the time of possession heavy in their favor.
Well, I think teams that win the time of possession generally win the game.
That's true.
They have a lot more opportunities to score. Shots on goal here right now, 18-9 in favor of OES. All right, there's the 2-minute notice. OES with the ball.
OES is looking for the matchup they would like on offense here to create their offense.
Each team with 1 goal here in the second quarter. And there's another one. OES with the score on that shot.
Again, that was Henry Morissette.
Was that matchup you were talking about there?
Yes. And once again, Sherwood just did not slide on that. Henry Morissette has now scored that one driving really nice goal with his left hand, and then this one was with his right hand.
2 goals in the quarter here for Henry Morissette. One at 7:27, that one at 1:35. 6-1 our score now. Here's the face-off. I was trying to see who was taking the face-off for Sherwood. I think it's number 1, Sam Criscola. We'll see when they stand up here.
Number 2.
Actually, number 2 is taking a goal, and that's Chandler Peck. He's been the normal guy taking the face-offs for Sherwood during the season. A little spin move, trying to get a shot away, can't. Sherwood with the ball back behind the net.
Sherwood battled very hard and won the face-off.
We're under a minute, 55 seconds left to go here.
Sherwood really needs to be patient here and get a really good look for a shot and try to score in the last minute here. And of course, coaches, if you're on the defense, you never want to give up a goal late in the half.
$19-10 now, shots on goal, favor of OES. And there's a flag. Ball goes over the end line.
I think it's going to be a penalty on Sherwood.
Both officials seem to saw it. I saw both flags flying on that one.
So clock at 30 seconds left to go here, first half, 6-1.
I think he's singled a cross-check by Sherwood, and it's a 1-minute penalty.
All right, penalty on Sherwood, cross-check. I didn't see the number of the player who sat down.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Now, do the penalties carry over?
Yes, OES can elect to try to score a goal here, or they can hold on to the ball, and they would get the ball starting the second half, the possession of it, and they would not have to have a face-off.
Okay.
30 seconds left to go here in the first half.
So we'll see what the coach is thinking about doing here. We'll know quickly if he's thinking about trying to score or if he's just going to hold the ball.
All right, there's the signal to start, and OES with the ball.
And it looks like they're going to try to play and see if they can get a goal here.
Inside, there's a shot. Wide right. 13 seconds left to go here in the first half. All right, I think the referee is yelling, put 13 seconds on the shot or on the clock. The clock, when the penalty occurred, it was at 13, and it ran down to 9. Now we're back to 13.
OES is just going to hold the ball, and then they will gain possession to start the second half.
All right, the clock's running. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There's the horn, and that is the end of the first half. Our score at halftime, OES 6, Sherwood 1. It was 4-0 at the end of 1. 2 goals for OES in the second period, 1 goal for Sherwood. I'll give you the goal scores in the first quarter. 4 goals for the OES Aardvarks. Those scores were scored by Abe Harris at 9:16, Jack Morissette at 4:38, Tim Malig at 4:31, and Alex Slusher at 3:20. That made our score 4-0. Goal scoring in the second period, Henry Morissette at 9:27, Jacob Forsyth for Sherwood at 4:23, and Henry Morissette again at 1:35 left in the half. And that's our score right now. OES 6, Sherwood 1. Steve, comments on the first half?
Well, I think the score is speaking for itself, and the possession of OES has paid off for them. I do have some questions for Kris, though.
Sure.
So I've been watching the play out here, and I've noticed how OES's players do a lot of individual play, and they're making certain turns. Are they taught certain ways to turn on a player or certain things to do? I think I've heard something like a D-turn or something like that and things like that.
What they're trying to do is they'll run. What they want to do is isolate a player over and bring the defense over to one side, and then quickly move the ball back to the other side, so that then when that player on the opposite side is going to drive to the goal, there's no slides for them because they've drawn the other players over to the other side and then move the ball back quickly. So that's why you'll see them run to one side and then turn and throw back the other way.
Okay. So they're almost making an isolation play.
Isolation, and you can see right now, Sherwood just has not had a lot of slides. When you see the goals scored by OES, it's a guy driving down and scoring. Early in the game, they had a couple of assists around the cage, but lately it's been a midi driving down and taking a shot with nobody else coming to help that player because everybody's slid over to the other side.
When you're talking about a player sliding, what you're actually talking about is double teaming somebody, sliding off your own man and double teaming somebody.
Just like in basketball, when a guy starts to dribble down towards the basket, somebody on a teammate needs to come over and help out. Yeah. And you see the same thing here in lacrosse, where player's driving to the goal and he starts to beat his player. Another defensive player has to slide to help him out. And what we're seeing right now is Sherwood's been a little slow on their slides. And they're kind of relying on that player to stop the player that's driving with the ball, and OES has been fortunate to get some good shots off of that.
We're at halftime here at OES boys lacrosse game, where our score is OES 6, Sherwood 1. I'm Dave Hall, along with Steve Roberts, and our special guest here at doing this game with us, Kris Van Hatcher. This is Oregon Sports Beat bringing you this game. And Kris, the reason you've been able to give us all of this expert commentary during the first quarter and here at halftime is you have a long history in lacrosse. You've been the coach here at OES, and you've been the athletic director. Tell us a little bit about your career in lacrosse.
Well, it started about 22, 23 years ago, coaching here, starting the program at OES. And we were one of the first 4 schools. As far as for me, I had played here. I went to school here in high school and then went back east and played and coached some college lacrosse, and then had the opportunity to start the program here at OES. And it's been a wonderful to see all the kids that are playing lacrosse now, both for the boys and the girls. There's a lot of teams and a lot of people participating in the sport.
OES has had success, too. You've been to a couple of state championships and won one of them.
We have. We've been very fortunate to we've won 2 state championships.
2.
I was fortunate enough to coach one of the teams, and Coach Sullivan has coached a team to the state championship, and I think we've been in 7 state championships, maybe 8.
Oh, wow.
Over the years. So for a small school of our size competing against the bigger schools, we've had good tradition going in lacrosse.
Now, just how big is OES? How many students do you have on campus?
We have about 315 in the high school. It's a K through 12 school, so we have about 850 students K through 12, but about 315 in the high school, boys and girls.
And you're playing some schools with more than 1,000 students on their campuses.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just been one of those things that OES, we started many years ago, and it became popular, and it's just kind of a tradition that a lot of the boys really like to play the game.
Now, I asked the assistant coach, Gary Fallor at Sherwood, I asked him how many of his players were either football players or wrestlers, and he said he thought more than half of them were. You don't get that benefit here at OES. You guys don't play football.
We don't play football. We have a few of them that play soccer for us, and a few that play basketball, but a lot of these boys, they're lacrosse players, and that's what they do. So and it obviously it helps the program having kids who are playing year round. Although I think we would love to see them participate in a couple sports here at OES, being a small school, and some do.
All right, we're about 4 minutes away. Let's take a couple of minutes, Kris, and tell us what your strategy you think OES will do in the second half. And I'll get to Steve and ask him about Sherwood in just a second.
Sure. I think that, I think OES will continue to find matchups that they like on the field. That's why they are so patient on their offense. They are finding the matchups that they like to create the initial drive to the goal, which creates slides, and I think they'll continue to do that. And obviously, if they continue to win the face-offs, it's going to be a uphill battle for Sherwood tonight. So I think that's a real key for them.
All right, Steve, you heard what Kris had to say about what he thinks OES ought to do the second half. Sherwood, on the other hand, is down 5 goals. What do they got to do?
Well, as Kris said, those faceoffs are very important. OES has been able to out-finesse Sherwood on the faceoffs. I did see, though, late in the half, a little bit more physical on Sherwood's side on the faceoffs. So I imagine they'll keep that up. They had a little bit of success with that there. I also imagine Sherwood will pick up their pace a little bit more. I think we'll see shots come more often than we've seen last time, that we saw during the first half of the game. They're behind by 5, and so they're going to have to score quickly to get back into this.
Not only are they down by 5, they've been outshot 20-10 in goal attempts. So they are going to have to pick up the pace considerably, and not only pick up the pace, they're going to have to get shots on goal.
And the other thing that OES is doing is every ball that's going out, they're getting possession of it. They're hustling a bit more on the ball. They're playing behind the net very well, keeping a man back there at all times. If they're not picking up the missed shot, they're closest to it, so they're getting possession. So, there's some small but significant adjustments Sherwood's going to have to make to get that back into this game.
In lacrosse, Kris, do you, when you get a big lead like that, do you sit on the lead at all, or do you still keep playing your regular offense?
You keep playing your regular offense till late in the game, because you've got to, I think if you change your style, I think it's you take a risk of slowing down and then just not playing what you're used to. The other thing I was going to say about Sherwood is it'll be interesting to see again, and we talked about it earlier, if they're going to change their style of defense, if they're going to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball. They've kind of let OES sit out there and move the ball and do whatever they want farther away from the goal and get all set up instead of putting any pressure. That said, I do think that OES may be a little quicker than I think Sherwood's got some really big, strong, athletic guys, but I think OES might be just a little bit quicker, and that's a challenge I think that Sherwood's got to deal with, and they can do that by jumping out, bringing out the second guy, and doubling the ball a little bit sooner. Well, so we'll see what happens.
It's been a treat having you here to give us insight into all of this game and help us with the rules and everything. You warned me before the game that you might scream and yell a little bit, so I've looked over there at your mic to turn it off, and I haven't had to. Good job.
I've tried to be pretty quiet. I think the announcer and the timer would tell you different. If you weren't here, I might be a little bit more noisy.
All right, teams are back out on the field. We're just about ready to start the second half here. We're at OES. Our score at halftime, OES 6, Sherwood 1. It was 4-0 at the end of 1. And, of course, we can attribute some of that success on offense to all of the face-offs that OES won in the beginning. That was Tim Malig who was doing all of that. I did see Chandler Peck out there, and also Cameron Allender for Sherwood on some of those face-offs. Let's see who they start in the second half.
OES gets to start with the ball second half because Sherwood's still on penalty, and OES had maintained possession at the end of the half.
Can't be very long left on that penalty.
No, about 30 seconds.
Okay, OES moving from our right to our left. Back out on front. Send the ball around the outside. And they're going to do it again. There's a ball loose. Race to pick it up. Picked up by OES.
That's into the penalty, and it's all even.
Okay, both teams at full strength now. Just underway, third quarter action. 11:07 left to go here in the third quarter. 6-1 our score. OS, Oregon Sports Beat bringing you live action here at OES. There's a shot wide to the left. Back out on top. OES inside, back behind the net.
OES still showing a lot of patience on offense.
A lot of patience. There's a shot, goes across the front of the goal.
Might have been a little feed there.
Yeah, that was a pass across the front of the goal, and Sherwood did a good job of getting the ball.
All right, here comes Sherwood back over midfield. That's Kate Aquino. Brings the ball up. There goes a man off a substitution.
Big possession here for Sherwood. They'd like to get started in a little better in the second half.
Jordan Craig with the ball now. Sends it in the right corner. Back behind the net. Allender, the big scorer, number 4 behind the net. He has not scored in this game. With the ball now. Actually, that's Jackson Davis, number 9. Send it in front. Dished off. There's a shot behind the net. Now Allender with the ball back behind the net. Sherwood may want to be patient and get good shots, but they have to get a lot of shots too. They're down 5 goals. In front.
Good goal.
That's
Good
Aquino. I'm sorry, Jordan Craig with that shot. OES with the ball.
OES trying to clear the ball now.
Goalie with the ball.
Good clear by the goalie for OES.
Goalie brought it all the way up and crossed midfield when he made that pass. Do you see that very often?
Not very often. You don't see that. Sometimes goalies are a little hesitant across the midfield, but I know both our goalies have a lot of confidence and will do that.
When he leaves that net, is he fair game to get blocked?
Yes, he is.
Okay. OES with the ball. And there's a shot wide to the left.
Again, OES gets possession.
There's a
Nice
shot
goal.
and a goal.
Alex Slesher scored the goal.
That coming at 7:38 left to go in the third.
Alex Slesher is a sophomore going to go to Princeton. D1 schools committed.
Right, that's 2 goals in the game for Slusher, 2 goals in the game for Henry Morissette, 1 goal from Jack Morissette, 1 goal from Tim Malig, and 1 goal from Abe Harris. So Slusher and Henry Morissette, 2 goals each. 7:38, 7-1 left to go here, or 7-1. Our score, 7:38 left to go here in the third quarter. Here's the face-off. Been highly successful for OES. And there it is, and Malig picks it up. Malig's going to come forward. Wins another face-off.
Drops the ball.
Dropped the ball. A couple of players slow getting up. One of the Sherwood players still not got up on his feet. I'm going to hobble off.
Looks like he might have sprained his ankle, but...
Can you see the number on that player?
Number 15.
Okay, that's number 15, and that is Zane Sands, the outstanding defenseman for the Sherwood Bowmen. Looked like he might have sprained an ankle. I don't want to speculate any more than that, but he was hopping off the field.
Sherwood has their trainer looking at him, so that's good.
And there's a flag. Out on top, there's a shot. And there's another flag. That was considerably after the other flag, so I don't think they're for the same action. Referees are going to meet and talk about that.
Yeah, not sure what the call was there.
7:01 left to go in the third. One referee threw the flag early on in the play, and then that second flag was almost after the play had stopped.
All we do know is that OES is going to be a man down.
Okay.
Looks like.
OES is going to be a man down. 7-1 our score. 7:01 left to go in the third.
Offsides. It's going to be offsides 30-second technical foul.
Okay. So an offside, a 30-second technical foul.
I do notice when OES lines up on defense, they do line up a little bit deeper and a little bit tighter.
They can afford to do that because they have a D1 commit goalie in the goal, so they don't have to play as far out.
Inside, there's a shot, and there's a score. Nice rush forward, and that score was by Jordan Craig.
Assist 17. That was a really nice play by Sherwood.
Oh, wait a minute.
Through.
Did you say the goal was 17? I thought it was 26.
Assist by number 17.
That assist was by Greg Ross. The goal scorer was Jordan Craig. That coming at 6:40 left to go here in the quarter. Craig's first goal of the game. The other goal for Sherwood was by Jack Forsythe. So our score now 7-2.
Yeah.
So each team with one goal here in the third quarter.
We had a cross check, I believe, by number 15.
High there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'd be a 1 minute penalty on OES.
A cross check on number 15. That's Ben Clark. If Sherwood's going to climb back in this, they need a goal now and take advantage of the penalty. As they come forward. They're working the ball along the right wing. Down the middle, there's a pass. Out on top. Shot in close. Wide right.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more cutters on Sherwood this time coming down that lane there in the middle, and they're looking for that pass there.
They moved the ball around very well on that play, and initial cutter went around the backside and got the shot. coming around.
They get the ball inside in the middle again, and there's going to be a penalty.
That's going to be a hold.
Do I need to turn your microphone down, Kris?
No, that was a hold. As you can see, they got it into the middleman, number 4, and OES closed quickly, but there was a hold on the play.
Collapsed 2 players on the shooter who was open in the middle. Stopped the shot, but drew a penalty.
So OES is going to be 2 players down now, so 6 against 4.
You can see the 6 set up there, and you can see the 4. Bowmen need to move the ball around quickly and get a good shot. 5:57 left to go in the quarter.
Defense is playing a box is what they call that now. You can see the 4 guys are in kind of a box.
Bowman tried to just go around the box and find somebody in the middle. That time shot wide right. Bowman get the ball back. Here they come. Turn inside, there's a shot, and low. I couldn't tell whether the goalie blocked it or not, but here comes the goalie forward.
It was a good save by the goalie.
Nice save by the goalie.
One of the things you want to do when you shoot is you want to change the plane of your shot, and that shot was shot low and it went low. And what you want to do is if you're going to shoot it, start low. You want to finish high.
Okay.
And
that shot was shot low and went even lower.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier for the goalie to make a save.
In fact, I think the goalie blocked that with his foot.
Yeah. Looks like it's all even now.
Sherwood,
No,
though.
there's still 1 man down, I think. Yes. Now they're all even. It's all even.
Everybody even now. There's a shot.
Nice
blocked
save
by the goalie. Nice job by Schlenhorn that time. Schlendorf, I mean. Ball loose. Picked up by the Bowman. Ross with it. Loose. And there's a couple of flags.
Is that on the goalie there
I think it might be.
Pushing there?
Yeah, I think it might be.
He was out of the crease there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Things are coming a little unsettled by both teams. There's a lot of loose balls right now and a lot of scrambles.
4:29 left to go in the quarter.
It looks like OES is going to get the ball at midfield.
Now, when there's a penalty on the goalkeeper, does somebody else go off or does the goalkeeper go off?
Oh, the goalkeeper needs to go off. But it looks like both of those penalties were on, or the penalty was on their player because the goalkeeper is not going off and OES is getting going to be a man up.
Well, the first push that I saw was a Sherwood player pushed the goalie.
Yeah.
7-2. It'll be OES ball. They have the ball down the left wing.
They have the man advantage.
They've done an excellent job of finding the open man in this kind of situation. Tried to get it inside that time, couldn't.
Nice.
And there's a goal.
Yep.
Yeah. Number 5 scored the goal. Number 10 got the assist.
On a nice lane there coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, number 5 came down the lane, and number 10 found him for a nice quick stick goal. Very similar to what Sherwood did on their man up the time before.
That coming at 4:06, and that's a hat trick for Alex Slusher. Three goals for Slusher, 3 of the 8. 8-2 our score, 4:06 left to go here. Face off. And that's controlled by OES. Now it's loose. There's a scramble for the ball. OES comes up with it. Slusher back behind the net. All right, OES with the ball on the right wing. Behind the net, works forward, looking for help.
OES in the crease on the shot. Be Sherwood's ball.
You can't have a player in the crease. That's a 9-foot radius crease in there around the goalie.
Now, can he leave the ground and shoot and land in the crease? Is that okay?
It would have been okay if he would have scored that first before he went in.
Sherwood comes forward. 2:40 left to go here in the third quarter.
One of the things that OES has not allowed Sherwood do, they seem to be like to get up and down the field, and OES has gotten back on defense very well and not let them have any fast break goals.
Sherwood back out on top all the way now. That's Allender who's moved out on top. Down inside, wants to get a shot away. Blocked out of bounds.
Off a pad there, huh?
Yeah. Did a good job, beat his man, got a good look at it, and I think the goalie came up with a good save.
There's a little spin move by Allender. Another spin move, trying to get free. He's behind the net. And shoots it, but went right by the net. Sherwood to inbound the ball. There's a shot. Blocked by the goalie. Goes way up high. Be Sherwood ball to inbound. Now all the way out on top. That's Kate Aquino and Jordan Craig out on top. They like to run the offense. There's a shot blocked by the goalie.
As you can see, the shots on goal are almost the same now, where in the first half OES was dominating.
I couldn't see who took that shot on goal, but after the shot and the block, the goalie pointed at him.
There's Sherwood defenseman stepped offside, so it's going to be OES ball at midfield.
Here comes OES forward. We're down to 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. A minute. OES with the ball and the lead, 8-2. Each of these teams with one loss. OES 6-1, Sherwood 10-1. .35 seconds left to go in the quarter. OES trying to set something up for a last shot. 25 seconds. And move on top. Lost the ball, got it back. Now there's a fight for it. Sherwood comes up with it. They have 7 seconds. Long shot forward. Stolen away. OES trying to get a shot away. They won't. There's the horn. And that is the end of the third. Our score at the end of 3. OES 8, Sherwood 1. OES outscored, I'm sorry, Sherwood 2. OES outscored Sherwood in that quarter 2-1, just like they did in the second quarter. So 8-2 is our score.
I noticed that number 15's back in the game. He's hobbling a little bit, but 15 for Sherwood, who was injured earlier in the third quarter, is playing again.
Zane Sands, and he's the the best defensive man on the team.
So, Kris, I'm listening to some of the chatter on the field, the players' chatter. What are they talking to each other about? What are they indicating to each other when you hear that kind of chatter going on?
A lot of times what they're working on is setting up the play, and again, particularly for OES, they're talking about spacing when they're chattering, and then also when they come down the field and first go on offense, you'll hear often a call like yellow. Yellow usually means that, hey, we're subbing, we got to get our offensive players in, so don't go to the goal, hold the ball, let the players get on.
I did hear colors and I did hear numbers.
Yeah.
And then are they chatting different things on defensive side to each other?
On the defensive side, yes, they're always talking. Should be talking to each other about, I've got your help, or I'm going to slide. I'm the slide.
Okay.
So that the player with the guy with the ball knows that he's got help behind him if he starts to get beat.
Now, is the goalie ever directing them in any way?
Absolutely. Goalie is the guy that should be directing everything on the defense.
Okay.
The more experienced your goalie is, the more he can help, because he's got eyes that can. He's looking out at everything. The less experienced the goalie is, then it's kind of up to the defense. They're on their own. But if you have an experienced goalie that can kind of talk about, hey, pick this up, or hey, don't, so-and-so's open over there, really helpful for your teammates.
All right, there's the face-off in the center. And another ball controlled by OES.
We got a push by the OES player with possession, so they lose possession, and Sherwood gets the ball.
So Sherwood ball just underway in the fourth quarter, 8-2 our score. OES leads Sherwood. All right, clock running. Sherwood with the ball. Sherwood moving now from our right to our left. OES will move from our left to our right.
Shot by number 27.
That was a shot by Aquino, Kate Aquino. And Kris mentioned earlier, at halftime, the shots on goal were 20-10. They're now 24-22.
Those two penalties that OES got, Sherwood got a lot of shots during that time and made up the difference.
Exactly. All right, OES comes forward. The goalie, Jack Schlendorf, likes to come forward.
He does.
OES, where they come forward. There's
Nice.
a pass in the front. There's a shot wide.
It's going to be Sherwood's ball.
Pretty much had an open net to look at on that shot and missed it.
Some nice passing there to get that ball to him up there.
Really nice, quick passing.
Bowmen come forward. This is Jordan Craig with the ball. Craig towards the middle now, sends it off to the right wing. .10:30 left to go in the game. 8-2. Sherwood with the ball. Try to get in front. Try to get a shot off. Ball loose on the ground. And let's see who comes up with it. And OES picks it up. And quickly sends it ahead.
Get there.
OES takes a timeout. They were going to. It was getting very close to the 20 seconds you have to get from the defensive end to the ball into the offensive end of the box.
Okay.
And they were close to that, so the coach elected to take a timeout there to make sure that they were going to keep the ball.
That's the first time out of the second half taken by OES. They have one left, and Sherwood has both their timeouts left.
Sometimes it's a wise decision to take that timeout and keep possession than taking the risk of losing it and giving the other team a chance to be on offense again.
This is a big game of momentum too, isn't it?
It's a very big game of momentum, and right now, OES is kind of take the air out of it a little bit and not let Sherwood move up and down the field like I think they like to do, and so it's one style versus the kind of fast-paced style that Sherwood would like to play.
Eight to 2 our score. We're a couple of minutes into the fourth quarter. No scoring here in the fourth quarter. OES broke out early in this game. They led 4-0 at the end of one. They led 6-1 at the end of the first half and 8-2 at the end of the third quarter. In fact, they've never trailed in this game. OES with the ball on the left wing. And there's a shot, wide left on the shot. That was Abe Harris, I believe, on the run.
Right now, Sherwood is stretching their defense out a little bit to play a little bit more aggressive, but it also leaves a lot of space available. So we'll see what happens here. Interesting.
The defense
almost looks like they're playing a man-for-man.
Yeah.
Defense has come all the way out to the top, almost to midfield, and that does leave a huge gap in there. OES behind the net. Trying to get inside and get a shot away, and there's a flag.
Going to get a hold on the number 5 for Sherwood.
That's a hold on number 5, and that's Jacob Forsyth, who scored the first goal of the game for Sherwood. He's going to go off, be a man advantage for OES. So how did the OES come up with the name the Aardvarks?
That's interesting because they used to be the Falcons, but I think that back in the 1980s, it became kind of our side mascot, and everybody liked it so much that they switched it to the Aardvarks.
You know, Oregon has a rich tradition of schools with great team nicknames like the Cheesemakers and things like that. My favorite team nickname is Pleasant Hill. They're called the Billies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some interesting names.
There's a shot wide to the right. Sherwood comes up with it. There's a big hit, a couple more big hits, gets the ball away, and there's the whistle. Had 5 players on one that time, and Charlie Bullfinch was surrounded for Sherwood with 5 guys. Took a big hit.
OES is going to get a 1-minute penalty for a cross-check.
Okay, 1 minute for cross-checking. Sherwood will have an advantage here.
OES certainly has given Sherwood a lot more chances to be man up in the second half with some penalties.
So the Bowmen are having a man advantage.
And OES keeps it tight inside there.
Try to get in the middle, and the ball taken away by OES. One way to play great defense on the man short is to get the ball.
Best defense is a good offense.
And here they come forward, OES forward. Behind the net.
Sherwood's going to try to double the ball because they're a man up. OES is going to try to hold on to it till the penalty's released.
Make a substitution. OES. 7:20 left to go in this one.
Penalty's released. It's interesting right now that they have a shorty on Slesher.
There was a shot saved by the goalie, knocked way up in the air. And that'll go out.
As a coach, you're always looking for matchups, and right there you had OES's best attackman, Slesher, with a short stick on him, and they tried to they got a good shot. Goalie made a great save.
OES still with the ball. Down the right wing, pass behind the net. In front, there's a shot, and there's a score.
Jack Morissette with the goal, and Alex Slesher with the assist.
Yeah, he set himself up right there in the middle on the far side of the net. It was a nice, easy pass to him for a goal.
That coming at 6:31 left to go in the game.
Now, is there a rule about a timing rule on before you have to take a shot? Is there like in basketball you have 30-second clock? Is there some rule like that?
There is not yet at the high school level. There is at the college level.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So now Slesher has 3 goals. Jack Morissette has 3 goals. Let me make sure on that. No. Jack Morissette has 2, and Henry Morissette has 2. So 7 of the 9 goals belong to those 3 players. OES sends it back, and they'll start forward. Goalie's going to walk it up. That's Schlendorf.
OES was offsides on the play, so loss of possession.
Sherwood Bowmen ball. Bowman come forward. Over midfield. And work in on goal.
Nice give and go play there.
They give him goal play down the middle, not able to get a shot away. Bowman still with the ball. There's a flag. Sherwood. We still have that flag that's on the field, and that'll be a penalty on OES.
Yeah, it was a slash on number 15.
So 5:09 left to go in the game. 9-2 our score now. I'd have to say a dominating performance by OES tonight. In maybe all aspects of the game, offense, defense, face-offs. There's a shot. A hard shot in front and was blocked. And we have a player down. Who was it that blocked that?
I don't know which defenseman it was, but he definitely got it. The shot. He was down. You can't see the number.
Here comes the trainer out. So where we are, 5:03 left to go in the game, 9-2. OES leads Sherwood. Stay tuned at the end of the game. We'll recap the scoring. We'll get some final comments from Kris and from Steve.
OES has had some penalties this second half, and it's given Sherwood a chance to get back in the game. And I think the goalies come up with some big saves. Otherwise, it could be different this second half.
I believe the player is number 11.
Yes.
That's Elliot Nye, a defenseman. Blocked the shot and took the brunt of that. But he's up. He's over to the side. Sherwood with the ball. Sends it out on top. That's Jordan Craig. Oh, the ball's loose. Let's see if it's going to go to a defenseman over the line. Picked up.
OES has cleared the ball. Now they'll have to hold it and wait till the penalty's released.
Dropped the ball, loose on the ground. Picked up by Sherwood. Here comes the Bowman forward.
And 3-on-3 there.
There's a shot.
Good block by the goalie.
Nice shot that time. Number 19 with that shot, a hard shot. That's Parker Pemby. I'm sorry, Parker Remby with the shot, blocked. Sherwood still with the ball. And that's a change of possession, going to go over to OES.
I think that was either stepped in the crease or it could have been a moving pick. One or the other.
I think he stepped in the crease is what happened there.
We got a moving pick the other way by number 4. That's going.
That goes on Tim Malik. Sherwood with the ball. There's the flag. There was a flag at the collision there.
Yeah, we had a slash on number 10 for OES. So it'll be Sherwood's ball. You can see the youth of OES making some basic fundamental mistakes here in the second half.
Fortunately, they had a big enough lead to overcome any of that. They've had penalties and given the other side man advantages, but they've been able to overcome that because of getting off to that 6-1 lead.
Right, and I think that also the goalie is making some big saves, and there's a goal.
There's a shot and a goal.
It's almost as if the offensive player used the defensive player as a block, so the goalie couldn't see where the shot was coming.
Yeah, it's a good play. Number 17.
Number 17 with the goal that time, and that is Greg Ross.
Number 17.
That coming with 3:30 left to go in the game.
Sherwood making OES pay for their mistakes and getting penalties.
There's the face-off, and that's going to be, there's a whistle. Possession's going to go to OES.
Either the Sherwood man moved too soon on that face-off, or he might have kicked through the stick of the OES player, which is not allowed. And that gave possession to OES. As we wind down to the 2-minute mark, when we get at 2 minutes, OES is going to have to keep the ball into the box out there. The field gets a little smaller for them.
OES. Lob inside. There's a turnaround shot and a goal.
By Jack.
In some respects, it seems like having to play near the box has paid off for him here.
I think Sherwood's starting to chase out a little bit, trying to get possession of the ball, and they almost got it, but OES was able to maintain, found the open guy, came in around the goal, and scored a nice goal there.
Was that Jack Morissette that scored that goal?
It was.
Okay. And that is a hat trick for Jack. So Slusher, Alex Slusher and Jack Morissette each have a hat trick. 10-3 our score. 2:30 left to go here in the game. OES with the ball.
I think tonight, besides the 3 goals that Slusher, he has had a lot of assists tonight to his teammates for their goals. So he's gotten a lot of points tonight.
Slusher with 3 goals. Jack Morissette with 3 goals. Henry Morissette with a couple of goals. That's 8 of the 10 for OES. OES with the ball around the top. Back behind the goal. Still around the outside. We're under a minute now left to go in this game. Under a minute. Picked up. Sherwood picks up the loose ball and heads downfield. And there's a flag.
Another slash by OES.
OES with the slash. That coming with 42 seconds left to go in this game. Okay, clock running. 34 seconds left to go. 10-3 our score. Sherwood with the ball. Jordan Craig. Kate Aquino with the ball out on top. 15 seconds. OES comes up with the ball. They head downfield. 5 seconds. And they're just going to ride this one out now. There's the horn. That's the end of the game. Our score here from OES in boys lacrosse. The final score, OES 10, Sherwood 3. Let me give you the scoring for you quarter by quarter. An interesting score, but quarter by quarter. OES broke on top with 4 goals in the first period. That made it 4-0. From there on out, every quarter was 2 for OES, 1 for Sherwood. So it was 6-1 at the halftime, 8-2 at the end of 3, 10-3 at the end of the game. Let me give you the individual scoring in this game. We'll start with the first quarter. 4 goals in the first quarter, all by OES. Abe Harris at 9:16. Jack Morissette at 4:38. Tim Malig at 4:31. And Alex Slusher at 3:28. Goal scoring in the second quarter, Henry Morissette for OES at 7:27. Jacob Forsythe, the first goal for Sherwood, that coming at 4:23. And then Henry Morissette of OES at 1:35. That made our score 6-1 at halftime. In the third quarter, 3 goals. Alex Slusher for OES at 7:38. Jordan Craig for Sherwood at 6:40. And Alex Slusher again with 4:06 left to go in the third. And that was a hat trick for Alex Slusher. Then in the fourth period, 3 goals. Jack Morissette at 6:31 for OES. Greg Ross with the third goal for Sherwood, that coming at 3:14. And then the last goal of the game, that was scored with 2:41 left to go in the game, made our final score 10-3, and that was a goal by Jack Morissette, and that was a hat trick for him. So 2 hat tricks, Jack Morissette and to Alex Slusher. All right, final comments in the game, Steve?
You know, OES did a very good job tonight. Despite being a younger team, they showed that they play well, and that's why they are now 7-1, right?
7-1.
You know, I noticed that while they did very good on the offensive end and made good shots, I've also noticed that on the defensive end, every pass offensive made, the defense was sliding, moving their feet, readjusting themselves on the field, and that paid off for them. They were able to hold Sherwood to, 3 points tonight.
Has to be a big win for Coach Dennis Sullivan, and he's got young players, so it has to be a good win for them, knocking off a team, a really good team like Sherwood.
Yeah, I think Sherwood is going to need to readjust. I think they played a little bit overconfidence on their defense and stretched it out a little too much. OAS took advantage of that, and they just simply didn't get the shots they needed on the offensive side.
All right, thanks, Steve. And final comments from Kris Van Hatcher.
Well, I think that one of the big keys tonight was, of course, the face-offs. You know, and it was dominated by OES, which allowed them to have the ball more and get into their offense and not allow a bigger, stronger team like Sherwood to get possession. And I think Alex Slusher, who's headed to Princeton in a couple of years, well, he had 3 goals. He probably had 4 assists, and he just made everybody better on his team. And then on the defensive end, Jack Slindorf in the goal was a big difference. He made a lot of saves, and the team can play pretty tight defense because when you have a goalie of his talent, you can let them rip the shots from the outside, and
he's going to pick it up.
He's going to pick it up. So I think that was a big difference in the game. But I think Sherwood is a team to be reckoned with, and there's a good chance they're going to win their league, and who knows, they might see each other later on down the season.
These teams might see each other down the road. Well, thanks both of you guys for providing the expert analysis as we went along tonight. Want to thank OES High School for their help with getting us all set up. Want to thank both teams' coaches. We talked to them before the start of the game, and great facilities here. I want to remind you that tomorrow night we are going to be at Lake Ridge High School. We're going to bring you a baseball game. That will be between Lake Ridge and Tualatin. 5 o'clock for the start time here on Oregon Sports Beat. I want to thank our crew tonight. Of course, our crew consisted of our engineer, producer, audio man, ran the cameras. Our producer, Ryan Johnson, did all those things and did a great job again tonight. So on behalf of my broadcast partners, Steve Roberts, I'll see you again, Steve.
Big thank you to Kris tonight. I'm always learning a lot and enjoying this game, and he helped me a great deal tonight.
Yes, we learned a lot tonight about intricacies of the game.
Well, I really enjoyed working with you guys. It was fun.
So on behalf of Oregon Sports Beat from OES High School, here I'm Dave Hall. Our final score again, OES 10, Sherwood 3. Good night, everybody.